Hello and welcome, my dear friend. Let me just say this straight. You've been carrying too much. And no, I don't mean in some vague emotional sense. I mean actually. You've been trying to keep everything from falling apart for so long that exhaustion feels normal now. And what makes it harder is that even the people closest to you, they don't always see it. They love you, sure, but they don't get the weight. The way you've had to smile and keep going while feeling like you're quietly falling apart inside. And it's not just one thing, it's everything. The pressure to keep showing up, the fear that you're behind, the second guessing, the wondering if what you've done was ever enough. You've hit the ceiling of this season. You've reached the high point, the place where more effort doesn't equal more results. And now it's time to stop. You've done your part. All of it. Even the hard parts, the unseen parts, the showing up when you were exhausted parts. And now, it's God's duty. You're not supposed to keep forcing things. You're not supposed to keep fixing what isn't responding. You're not supposed to chase down answers anymore. You're supposed to let go. Because if you want God to take the lead, you've got to let go of control. This doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It just means you stop trying to control what happens next. It's like breathing. You can try to control each breath, but when you let go, your body does it better than you ever could. Letting go isn't passive. It's just a decision. I've done everything I could. Now I trust what happens next will come from something greater than me. And yeah, some things might fall apart after that. A relationship might end. A dream might shift. You might lose something you really hoped would stay. But that doesn't mean you're off track. It means the season is changing. Because life works in seasons. Some are fast and full, some are dry and strange. But every season has a point where it's done teaching you. And this one? You've reached that point. Trying harder won't make it bloom again. Holding tighter won't keep it alive. And I get it. It's hard to accept that. Because you've spent so long trying to keep certain people close. Trying to make the timing work. Trying to make something meaningful out of situations that weren't giving anything back. But what if this next part of your life isn't about trying anymore? What if it's about allowing? Letting God take the lead. Letting things rise or fall without needing to understand it all right away. Letting peace be enough, even when it's quiet. Letting the doors that stay shut just stay shut, without you sitting outside them asking why. You've done enough. And now it's not about forcing the outcome. It's about walking forward, simple, steady, honest, and letting God handle what lands in front of you. If it's yours, it'll stay. If it's meant for your growth, it'll stretch you gently, not break you. And if something falls away now, it's okay to be sad, but don't chase it. Don't question your worth just because something ended. Don't spiral every time a door closes. This isn't punishment. This is permission to rest, to breathe, to stop micromanaging a life that was never yours to control in the first place. And if you need to cry, cry. If you need to grieve what didn't work, do that. If you need time to just be still and feel nothing at all, that's also holy. But don't go backwards. Don't try to resurrect what God gently let end. Don't reopen what He's trying to heal. This next season doesn't come with a map, but you don't need one. Because the path is being built underneath your feet as you keep walking. And this time, you walk lighter. Because God is carrying the weight now. Sometimes, after years of pushing, what you really need is to stop and remember who you are when you're not trying so hard. Not hustling for peace, not chasing love, not begging life to finally settle down. Just being, letting what's already true settle back into place. And for a lot of people, that sounds like weakness. But for you, that's healing. I know the world convinced us the opposite, always trying, always striving. But when you dig a little deeper, you know in your bones, life going to flow if you let it. And yeah, it's harder to do than to say. You've been in survival mode for so long, you almost forgot what it feels like to live without bracing for the next disappointment. So here's the truth. You don't need to keep figuring it all out. You just need to let this part be what it is. If you're in a pause, stop fighting the pause. If the door didn't open, stop pulling on it. If the relationship ended, stop trying to explain it to yourself over and over again. You don't need closure when you've already been released. You know those seasons in life when it feels like nothing's working? It's not always because something is wrong. Sometimes it's because something deep is being rearranged inside you, quietly, slowly, layer by layer. And that's the preparation for a life that doesn't just keep you busy, but finally makes sense. Let me give you something to picture. Imagine you're standing on a frozen lake. The ice has been beneath your feet for years. Reliable, predictable. You've gotten used to tiptoeing on it, adjusting your balance, pretending the cracks aren't spreading. But one day, it starts melting. And the first thought? Panic. Because at least the ice was familiar. But maybe, just maybe, it's not melting to drown you. Maybe it's melting to return you to something deeper. The lake was never meant to stay frozen forever, and neither were you. You weren't built to survive for the rest of your life. You were meant to live. So if things are falling apart, good. It means you've stopped walking on what was never meant to hold you. And I know, it's scary to float when all you've ever known is tightrope walking. But God is holding you now. This isn't the season where you figure it out. This is the season where you feel your way forward. Through rest, through trust, through quiet yeses and brave no's. You're allowed to live without having the 5-year plan. You're allowed to laugh again, even if things aren't perfect. You're allowed to stop mourning a story that didn't end how you hoped. Because just because it ended doesn't mean you failed. Look at everything you learned, the strength you built, the clarity you gained, the softness you still held on to. You're not behind, you're becoming. And not in some far-off, maybe one day kind of way. Right now, every moment you choose peace over panic. Every time you let go of what's dragging you back. Every time you forgive yourself for what didn't work out. That's becoming. That's how your future gets written. You're not late to anything. You're exactly where you need to be for what's next to find you. But listen closely, because this part matters. Stop waiting for perfect circumstances to give yourself permission to enjoy your life. Start with what you have, even if it's messy, even if it's in pieces, even if your heart still stings when you talk about it. Start anyway, because joy isn't something you earn when everything lines up. Joy is what returns when you finally stop punishing yourself for being human. You've carried enough guilt. You've replayed enough conversations. You've blamed yourself enough times. Now it's time to live like you're allowed to be happy. Even here, even now. God isn't looking for perfect people to bless. He's looking for people who are still willing to open their hands, even if they're shaking. And you've already proven your faith in silence. You don't need to do more. You just need to believe that what's already been done counts, that the seeds you've planted are still alive, that the prayers you whispered didn't vanish, that the quiet choices you made to stay soft in a hard world have not gone unseen. So what do you do now? You live, you trust, you let God do His part while you finally let go of the idea that you have to earn your way into peace. You're not in charge of results anymore. You're in charge of presence. Let that be enough. If it's meant for you, it'll meet you in the flow. If it's not, it'll fall off in the stillness. But either way, you're going to be okay. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because you stop trying to hold it all together like your worth depends on it. It doesn't. So breathe, Rest. Let yourself be held. This part of the journey, it's no longer about pushing. It's about letting the ground hold you, letting your spirit stretch without breaking, letting your story unfold without forcing a single page. Because God is not finished, but you're finally allowed to stop fixing. You've spent enough of your life trying to prove you're strong. You don't need to prove anything now. You just need to allow. This is God's duty now, and all He asks is that you stop clinging and start flowing. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If you found value in this message, please like the video and share it with others who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe and continue your amazing journey by watching one of the videos showing on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.